him, blaming him for her choice. She didn't have to do any of this, separate and apart from the fact that he brought it to her. Let's just take that out of it. She chose to do it. She signed her name. She signed contracts. She chose to do it. And now she's blaming him. Now her marriage is at problem and they can't function because she blames him for her choices. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about not taking accountability? Yeah. Hello. This is a definition of that. It made me so fucking violent to watch her cry and blame him for her choices. Her choices. That's it. Done. I'm out.
Listener discretion advised. Adult language and mature content.
We are back. Happy post-Thanksgiving, everyone. I lied. We did not record while we were there in person. We were busy, and then we were tired.
We talked about it, and couldn't fit it in.
No.
Just didn't work.
Right. And there were kids, and they were loud, and it was just not gonna... And I didn't even watch the show until today.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When did you watch last week's episode?
Sunday, I think.
Okay.
Sunday.
Yeah, we were behind. So I have been in Idaho with my family staying at Keeley's house. We only moderately wrecked your house. Henry took over your dining room to work on his projects. Sam abused your husband physically.
Swam in the
and
pool.
verbally.
Just
in the pool.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. And then the kids got along great. So it all actually went really smoothly and well. But for trips, I give that trip an A.
Yay! Me too.
Nobody got into a fight?
Nope.
Really? No? No one got upset? No one cried?
True. Yep.
I didn't poop the whole time.
Rough. Still haven't. Still rough.
That has been a topic of conversation that I swore wouldn't be. But look, I'm the one that brought it up, so it's okay.
Mm-hmm. We tried everything, people, and we couldn't. I couldn't get it to go anywhere.
I tried everything. So we'll see. I talked to a doctor about it today.
And she told you basically the stuff that we've been doing for a week. So, I mean.
Yeah.
Of course, they don't give a shit. Literally.
They don't. But yeah, so we are back. We are all caught up on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And we've got 2 episodes to go over. And then... yeah?
I saw that they are filming the reunion tomorrow.
They're
really? Filming it tomorrow. So I'm wondering how many more episodes we have. I know they usually do a lot. We're already on 14, but it's not really 14 or 16 or whatever it is. So I know they do more typically. But if they're filming the reunion...
We haven't even gotten to Greece yet.
That's true. Anyway.
Well, I saw a little clip of Heather Gay talking with the Los Culturistas who did the Culture Awards on Bravo. They have a podcast, Bo and Yang, and I can't remember the other guy's name, and I love him.
Yes.
I love him, and I can't think of his name. And that's not a reflection on him. It's the fact that I'm old, and my brain doesn't
I can
work
picture
anymore.
his face. I know what he looks like. I just can't remember his name.
So talented with the dancing and the singing. But Heather Gay said that there was drama at the awards show. So they're going to talk about that possibly on the reunion as well.
Ooh, okay.
So, I mean, these women, it's so good. I also have to say, while I was in Idaho, I did also spend time with my grandparents up in the mountains. And my grandparents are very sweet, caring, loving, just showered all of us in love and praise and kisses. But my grandma really doesn't care for our podcast.
Oh,
she's
sadness.
Because we're very mean.
Ooh.
And we're a little bit catty. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, all she's seeing is the little clips that you posted. I was like, the last thing that I was talking about was, like, dad farting. What am I talking about that's bad? So I don't know. I never considered anything I said to be rude, but now looking back, maybe it is. So I'm going to have to.
Hashtag I don't care,
Sorry, Grandma.
because
It's
there are
I
so
said-
many clips that I don't post that
Fair.
are terrible.
That's true. That's 100% true. Not to mention the fact that I was like, here's the thing about the podcast. It is the dirtiest, darkest part of me, and we just like swim around in it. It's like this is where we get to be we have to be so good everywhere else, especially you at work, right?
Yeah.
She works in
Fail.
the state court system.
I
So you
failed
have to be
today.
very good.
Yeah.
You didn't fail.
Well, I kept looking around my monitor at a certain person, and I'm not supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to keep it together, do my job, be a robot, and get the hell out of there. And sometimes I can't.
You need to make sure that what you think here is happening is actually happening.
Right.
You were just confirming reality at that point, right?
Very, very true. I do want to say,
nice to our kids. We have to be nice to our husbands.
We, while you were here, met a very lovely lady at Millie Grace, and we're hoping she listens to and tells her friends and family about the podcast. She was very interested, and so we're hoping. Yeah.
It was one of those things. Keeley talks about how Steve will get them stuck places because Steve just starts talking.
Yeah.
And we were getting
permanent bracelets. Yeah.
We got matching permanent bracelets. And we got different bands, but we both got little opal jewels, and they're very cute. I love mine. I love it.
Yay.
I love that it doesn't have a clasp, and it's so cute, and it's so light. But we sat down, and she's giving us a permanent bracelet. And then by the end of it, we're talking about the books that have creeped us out the most, or the ones that we hate. And like, we were there for an extra 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Because she talked about books, and then you said you were in a book group.
Yeah.
Right? And then I said it was violent, and we kind of spun from there. You explained it.
And then I'm giving her the synopsis of a book that I kind of hated.
Yeah.
Why do I do this? Why do we do? You had a lot of patience for me, but she was great. It was a
perfect
fun
stranger. No, it was really fun.
Where is that? Meridian, Idaho?
Yeah, in Meridian off of Fairview. It's a little small private business, and, they have stickers and clothes and jewelry and earrings and do permanent bracelets in the back. And I had personally never gotten a bracelet there, but I wanted to go there with you, and it spun into, how long were we there? Hour and a half? Something like that.
We're there a while. We're supposed to go meet up with our families.
Yeah.
And we're like...
And they were literally across the street in a different, like, strip mall, shopping mall place. Because we air tagged each other. We're like, oh, there they are. And they're watching us too.
Actually, I might still be sharing my location with you. And you know how I feel about sharing my location. I do feel like on vacation, very helpful. Especially when I can't get a clear plan from my brother about what we're doing or where I'm going to be. So I'm just going to send this to Keeley. So if she's like, where is Jen? She can see if we're still stuck anywhere.
Yeah.
And it was right there. So I was like, maybe this is helpful.
Yes. It was great.
And I don't know that I've turned it off yet, so you can still stalk me if you want.
Perfect.
I have a feeling that you won't. How often do you ever look at anyone's location?
Don't ever. I don't. I am not a Sheena Shea. I don't need to know everybody's location.
But the Millie Grace lady.
Yeah.
She tracks all of her friends and looks at them all the time.
It's amazing.
Oh. Look at that.
God.
Fun time. And one of the other things that we did, our hair looks so cute right now. So Keeley and I got, what is it called? I'm going to say it wrong. I'm going to say it inappropriately.
No,
conch?
It's a conch.
We got conch piercings instead of tattoos.
Yeah.
And we got, I don't know if you can see.
There it is. Look at that.
And if you saw mine, that means you saw Keeley's because she got the exact same thing in the exact same ear, only on her head. And we both got Tom Sandoval lightning bolts.
Yes. And they're amazing.
They're very fun. I'm having to sleep on a special pillow. I did buy one.
Good girl.
It's got cats. It's got little rainbow cats. Special ear piercing pillow. And then yours are going to put, once it's healed, you're going to put like a hoop in there, which I think is going to look really Really
I
cute.
do.
I found this company, we talked about it, so now I'm getting advertisement. Blah, blah, blah. Now we're getting advertisements about it. This guy makes them and they look like buttons, like on your shirt. They look like little buttons. I was like, oh, that's so
Awesome.
cute.
Yeah.
So if I do switch this out, which I like the way that it sits in my ear, so I don't think I'm going to be switching it out anytime soon anyway, because it's going to have to heal. But I was like, oh, button sounds cute.
So cute.
Yeah. So
Love that.
speaking of Vanderpump, but not Vanderpump, the new season started. Neither of us have had a chance to watch it yet. You tried it and you were like, not right now.
Yeah, I really wanted to sit down and focus on it and absorb it, see if I liked it, see if I was triggered, see if I only thought about the old Vanderpump. And I just couldn't get my mind to do that when I was watching and trying to pay attention to Two Housewives right now. So I'm very limited. My brain's very small.
No, there's a lot of characters in both of these things. What's the other Housewives that you're watching right now?
Beverly
Or just the 2
Hills.
episodes. I haven't started it yet. I know.
Yeah,
that
I haven't
should.
started it either. So I
Okay.
really wanted to watch those 2 this weekend because I believe Beverly Hills starts tomorrow on Thursday.
And I'm watching Boat Show. I'm watching, where are they? Aisha's on it, and it's Captain Sandy. So like there's a lot of mess that I'm already watching, so it's hard to keep up. So
No, I get that.
But we will be watching it, and we'll probably chat about it a little bit next episode if we get to it. And we'll go back to True Crime Story Time because we'll be caught up on Real Housewives of Salt Lake by then.
Yeah.
Do we want to dive into?
Let's get it.
So much.
There is so much. And you and I are going to have fights because these 2 episodes.
I don't know. I've switched a little bit on a couple things.
I was very angry at both of these episodes. Okay. Very, very angry. And not probably at what you're thinking I was mad at. So
I'm excited. I'm excited about these little twists and turns we're going to find out about.
Yeah.
So we start off the first one. They're at Mary's lunch, or at least they're on their way to Mary's lunch. Everyone's getting themselves revved up to have this fight. And of course, then they have the fight. But they're getting revved up. Whitney and Heather are having a conversation where they just really want Lisa and Meredith to be accountable for what happened on the plane. Like, they feel like they're being, like, why aren't they just saying what happened? They're telling a different version of the truth. They're lying. They're gaslighting. It was just like, oh, okay. They're going in ready to fight. And I think this really goes to your point, and I'm definitely on your side for this. Heather has appointed herself judge and jury.
Yeah.
And I don't know why she's doing this. And I had seen something, and I really agree with it, where they were talking about how at first everyone's favorite was Heather Gay. And Heather Gay was my favorite. And then this season, it's just really shifted. And I think what it is that Heather Gay was everyone's favorite because she was us watching it, right? And like she's trying to kind of get in with these women, but she's a normal person. Lisa Barlow is not a normal person. She does big things. Baby Gorgeous is special, right?
True.
So is Meredith. Meredith is not your average woman. True. Mary's not your average woman.
True.
Whitney Rowe's not that far off from an average woman, I don't think. But they're cousins, right? Her and Heather, so that kind of fits. Jen Shaw, not a normal woman. So she's like our inside man. And now she's kind of switched teams over to, instead of being our inside man, she's kind of becoming one of the other housewives instead. And so she's no longer as relatable to everyone. And she's also like pushing the storyline more. Like it's not coming from what I felt like used to be a really genuine place. I feel like it's coming from, this is her job. And I don't think that it's really fair to fault her for that, but she's not doing it well enough to stay likable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I 100%
So that's how
agree.
I feel about Heather right now. I miss Heather. I want Heather, this to be like her moment where she gets in with the cool kids, but then you remember on that movie, shit, what is it called? Nope, I'm dumb. I'm super done. When Lindsay Lohan was in the movie that everyone loved that was written by the lady from 30 Rock. And she goes and is with the popular Regina George, but then she goes back to her nerd friends because those are her real friends.
Yeah.
I want Heather Gay to come back to us. And I'm really sorry that I can't remember a single name of any movie or show right now.
That's okay. I know what you're talking about. I can picture it. I know what movie you're saying.
Thank you.
I can't think
Girls,
of it.
Mean Girls.
Is it Mean Girls?
Is it Mean Girls? Yeah.
There's another. Okay. Well,
Is it Mean Girls? Shit.
Another one. There's another one that she was in that was like that besides Mean Girls.
The one with Regina George.
That is Mean Girls.
I'll consider cutting this.
All right.
And not making someone listen to me lose my mind.
My God.
While you're looking it up, I do need to talk about they all go to Mary's brunch and they slowly are filtering in. If a woman came by herself, she was escorted in by a man. Yeah. Which I thought was, I guess, is that proper? I thought it was weird. But like,
drama queen. That's what I was thinking it was. Drama queen.
Oh, that was a good one. I had the soundtrack.
Okay, CD. Sorry. Continue.
Tales drama of, queen. Or something of a teenage drama queen.
Yeah,
that one's a good one.
That's what I thought it was. My gosh. So they get escorted in, which is very Mary.
Did you see that? Like, I guess it's something about etiquette that I'm not aware of because I'm trash.
Yes.
But then also she had like gifts for them. The parting gift is in a very low, long, shallow little glass brick thing. Is live betta fish. And
which is not very Mary at all.
Not very Mary. It's super, super fucking weird. And I'll say this for a couple of reasons. One, I am a betta fish person. I love betta fish. I have betta fish. I had 4, but then just one of them murdered the other one because they fight each other. So she literally, the gifts are literally representing that all of these women are going to be fighting each other because you can't put them in the same tank.
Yeah.
You can't. What is she doing? Giving, and also, how are these women going to get them home? I don't think any of those women took a fish.
No, I know.
Was that a joke and I didn't get it?
I don't know, but
I thought that was weird. But
yeah, yes.
So everyone sits down. They're all getting the fancy Dom Perignon
2003.
2003, when everyone died and it made the best wine. The tears of the dead. And Mary kind of explains to everyone that she wanted to be surrounded by women that uplifted and supported her and each other. And she wants to really let this be about real friendship. And that is why Britani wasn't invited. Because she's a lady, she did call Britani and explain to her why she wasn't invited. And the reason is because Britani told Mary that she's the least godly person that she'd ever met. Which... Ooh. And she's like, well, the reason I said that is because I felt like you were being mean and I don't feel like God would be mean. And I think Britani has not read the Bible. He's not like the friendliest. He does like a lot of murder and a lot of punishment. There's a lot of vengeance in there. But maybe I also haven't read it, so who knows? But that's just like there's like a flood that killed everybody and then he killed everyone's firstborns. Wasn't that a thing? He killed his own son for Mary to have.
There was a lot of handmaids, a lot of that shit going on.
God, right? Like, lots of bad. We got kicked out of the Garden of Eden because the snake was telling the truth. We don't need to get into this. Henry would have a field day.
Sidetrack.
But Britani ends up apologizing and has a very genuine apology. And that really shocked Mary. And Mary got off the phone and she looked down at her dog named Donatello, who is, I don't know what kind of breed that dog is. Some kind of English bulldog something mix. Yeah. He's a wacky looking guy, but he's pretty. I mean, he's not pretty, but he's a pretty color and he's got beautiful eyes and he just looks squishy. I love a squishy dog. And she was like, Donatello, give me a paw if I should call her back and invite her. Because that was really... She really did apologize, and the dog did not, so she chose not to invite Britani, and she tells everyone this.
Yeah.
But she said, if Britani can apologize, then I think all of us can too. Like, if the least of us can do it, then we can. Just more shade at Britani. And in the process of this, Heather cuts her off. And she's like, oh, do you hear that, Lisa? apologize. You could apologize.
I was offended. And my favorite part was Mary's like, how were you offended, Heather? And I'm like, go, Mary. Go, Mary. Stick it to Heather. Well, I was offended because nobody's listening to you, Heather.
Heather
No.
has turned what could have been everyone being pissed at whoever they're going to be pissed at. Heather has decided that she's in charge of who everyone's mad at.
Everybody.
And it's kind of shitty.
If she would have shut up and let Mary finish her thought, or however she wanted to do a presentation or go around the table or whatever she wanted to have happen, it probably would have gone better, different, and not shitty with Heather and her stupid opinions. And, I'm in charge of everyone. And it just went off the rails.
So fast. I'm getting frustrated with this show because I love the drama. I love the petty little fights. I'm not thrilled with the fact that we can't get through a conversation without screaming or fighting, and we don't even get to start the conversations. It gets cut off so quick.
Yeah.
And then we're immediately back and forth and no one's finished anything. So that's getting a little bit frustrating with me. And then there's just more back and forth about what actually happened on the plane. Was it 2 hours? Was it 30 minutes? And then it gets extra petty because Meredith is giving out all of her proof that she's like, I took a nap. I watched 2 movies. And they're like, well, what movies did you watch? And she's like, I watched. And then Lisa's like, Crazy Rich Asians. We watched it together. She's like, okay, what happens at the end of Crazy Rich Asians? And she's like, I don't know. I don't remember.
Why do they have to prove anything to any of these people? It was stupid.
Insane.
Yeah.
It was so insane. And I feel like everyone is just one-upping it. Whitney basically said that she heard Meredith all talking the entire time. Meredith says that's impossible. And so Whitney throws out, well, were you sleep talking? Is that what was going on? Like, if you genuinely don't remember it.
If I have a question, if this was so horrific and went on for 5 hours, like these bitches claim it did, and these bitches claim that they were protecting Brittany and so worried for Brittany, why didn't any one of them change seats with Brittany? Why didn't anyone go, Brittany, come over here and sit next to me? Brittany, you trade me seats. I'm going to sit there. Why didn't they do that on the plane? You know why? Because this shit is all fake. I don't believe any of what anybody said happened at all. Angie went back and forth at that fucking table and said, I heard everything. This is what was said. I could hear it from where I was sitting. And then at the end, she goes, well, then tell me what really happened. What happened? I need to know what really happened. Bitch, which way is it? That you heard it? Or you don't know what happened? I believe Angie doesn't know what happened because she sat too far away. And she said she was asleep. So, but she keeps interjecting that she knows what happened because she could hear it. Again, I'm going to go back to my first point. Why didn't she get up and trade seats with Brittany? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still on the side of, I think Mare probably did cross a line with going after Brittany on the plane. I don't think it was the entire time. Do I think it's possible that some of this was, she had a few drinks or a couple drinks and was like more, but I don't think it was the whole time. I also think everyone just needs a villain this episode or this season for some reason. It's just not a clear-cut case of this. And Meredith said that she does feel badly, but Brittany doesn't feel badly, so they're at an impasse. And then Heather, there's semantics in this, but Heather basically says, I was on your side, but then the way that you acted on the plane means that no one can be on your side anymore, and you lose all of the ability to be a victim in this.
That is way, way out of line. That is a shot over the bow that she should not be able to have said. Heather should not be able to say that. But she's
appointed herself judge and jury. So she says you lost the right to cry or speak about it when you lost your shit on the plane. And that when you were on the plane, your behavior tipped the scales and now you're more in the wrong.
No.
I'm not on Team Brittany. So I think that Britani started a fight with someone that she can't win against.
Yep.
Like, why are you picking a fight with the bigger dog? Like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
And then she's like, why is she mad at me? And it's like, well, because you're a fucking idiot and you said dumb shit.
Yep.
And she's gonna take you out. I don't know anyone that can look at Meredith and be like, I'm gonna take her on and win. No
Nope.
one's gonna win against Meredith.
No.
And why are we pretending like Britani is a poor little baby? We already established that she's like 50 something. She's not a tiny little baby. She's not a hurt little lamb, but she's leaning so far into this baby victimhood. I don't know. Even with her daughter, which we'll get to. But
My
just
God.
in every possible scenario, she's like, well, I'm just so sad. I don't know why I did that. And you're like, fuck off. You're an adult. You have children. Yep. You have children. You're supposed to be a mom. How the fuck? What's wrong with you? And then they were like trying to kind of get more clarification on things. Like no one knows what really happened. Meredith says that Heather needs to be a human being and not be a judgmental bitch. And then they're trying to kind of cross-reference stories. And Lisa is just panicked. She's like, I don't want to be, you can tell. She's like, I don't want to be a part of this. But she also can't help herself. But also she's like, she's trying to give herself like plausible deniability. And then also trying to just be like, everyone's wrong here. I'm kind of Lisa in this. I'm like, everyone's being an asshole. And she's like, I was a good friend to you and I was a good friend to her. I'm just trying to stay out of it. And she's like, I shouldn't have gone through customs with you because I have global entry. But I forgot that I had it.
I don't know anything about global entry. I've never even heard of it. That's how trashy I am.
It's
I don't
like
know what that
a thing
is.
on your passport where you can like speed through. It's like a more, in my mind, and this is, again, I don't have it, so I'm just guessing. I think it's like a more extreme version of TSA pre-check. But like it's something with your passport, I think.
Okay.
Like it's established that you're not a terrorist or something.
Yeah.
So she should have been able to breeze through, but everyone got stuck in customs for a minute, and so there was more weirdness. And why are we carrying a woman?
Right. And of course, Britani or Whitney has to open her stupid mouth. And, Meredith is having none of it. And Whitney, is trying to prove Lisa wrong about this global entry. And I don't believe anything you say, Whitney. Shut up. You are a liar. I don't believe anything she has to say. So whatever.
I'm very confused and this is going to come up a couple times, so maybe I'll hold some of it in. But Meredith does this very like, someone has been saying something behind my back. And she's clearly inferring about Whitney. And she's like, I don't know who would be saying it. And Whitney's like, I talked about it. And the only person I would have said it to is Bronwyn. Why are we pretending that these taped conversations are conversations between friends only? Like, let's keep this in confidence. You had a fucking camera there. Why is Britani mad at Bronwyn? I'm a Bronwyn stan. And Bronwyn's like, I did. You had a conversation with me. You're not going to say it. Meredith's not going to say it. You had a conversation with me. I felt like this is what you were saying. I took that to Meredith. Meredith is now upset at you. And Meredith is bringing it up. So now I look like an asshole to you. I feel like Bronwyn is being upfront and direct with everybody. Like she was like, I wasn't there. Explain to me what happened. I don't think that Bronwyn was playing sides. And I don't think that Bronwyn, by saying like, she said you had a few drinks before you got on the plane, I don't think that was her insinuating that she had this horrible drinking problem. It was like she blacked out and was out of control. I don't even think that that's that bad. Honest, I mean, this whole thing everyone's decided is so bad. I just don't think that Bronwyn was in the wrong for having those conversations. Why are we all pretending that we aren't discussing this huge thing that may or may not have happened?
I mean, I am on Bronwyn's side when she looked at Whitney and said, if you didn't want Meredith to hear about it, you shouldn't have said it. And if you wanted her to hear about it, you should have said it to her face. And I completely agree. Whitney is projecting. She likes to say that word, projecting, for the last two fucking episodes. But Whitney is blaming Bronwyn for something that she did. You did it, bitch. Like,
yes.
Why are you mad at her? You can't be mad at her for your actions. You know what? I don't understand that. That's what I cannot stand about Whitney.
And she's so pissed off, and we'll again, we'll get to it, but she's so pissed off at Bronwyn for sharing this information that she had on fucking camera. Why are we, let's not pretend. We've already broken the fourth wall. We already know. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop pretending like you're not saying that on camera. So the lunch didn't do what it was hoping to do. Then we see Angie and Mary go work out together. And I loved it so much. I could watch an hour of that. Angie's in fantastic shape. I mean, I knew she was in good shape, but holy shit.
When
is
you
that?
don't do anything all day long and you just have time to work out all day long, of course, stop it. And you have a chef, of course, stop it. I mean,
Does
come
Angie
on.
have a chef?
Yes, they all have one. Stop.
I think Angie cooks for herself.
Stop.
Angie cooks all those meals.
Do not believe that.
No,
Her house
I
is
do.
white. So no, everything is white. The floor is white. The walls are white.
She's
the
cleaning.
couches are white.
She's cleaning all the time.
Stop. No, I don't
I
believe
watched
that at
Wife
all.
Swap. I think she's doing it.
Mm-mm.
She's endearing me. Even though she's a butthole, I'm really starting to be.
Well, I was bored. I skipped through that part. It was boring.
Oh my God, it was so cute. Okay, so they're working out, and Angie turns to me and she's like, if you're talking, that means you're not working out hard enough. And then and Mary's like, I'm just going to encourage you from the sidelines. And then Mary was doing a workout, and Angie's like, you can do this. You're on the slopes. You're skiing. You're going downhill. It's beautiful. And Mary just goes, okay, thanks. And I just kind of feel like that's you and me.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, that's enough. Like, I'm willing to do this with you. I like doing this with you. Stop it. I thought it was funny. When you work out, do you like people like encouraging you, or do you like getting yelled at?
No, I need to get yelled at because I feel like I do this weird thing in my head, kind of like a couple episodes ago when you feel, like I said, you feel like you can't breathe, but you're actually talking. I need that person to go, you are breathing because you're talking to me. Like, because my mind is not functioning right. And so, I feel like my legs are jelly and I can't do it. I need someone to go, you're standing, your legs are fine, just do it.
No,
and I'm like,
I
oh,
can't.
okay, I am. Okay, I can do this.
No.
Instead of this rubbing my back and, oh, you're so great, and just picture a beach. Fuck off. You need to tell me something else. Like, running from a serial killer or something. I don't know. Like, I need to have some other type of motivation.
No, I would cry. I went to a workout class and they yelled at me like that, and I was like, you can't do that to me.
No.
I'm not going to get anything done. No, I need a good job. You're doing it. Well, I have to do 3 more. The second that you yell at me, I'm done.
Yeah. No. I've had big, like those huge steroid guys come up to me when I'm doing like a squat or a deadlift and try and help me and be like, you should lean more back into your glutes or something like that. And I'll just look at them like, the fuck you know who you're talking to, dude. And then they'll be like, I'm just trying to help you. And I'll do what they said. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's good. And then, it's a fine interaction, but I don't like people coming up and talking to me. Like, you don't need to insinuate yourself into my situation. Like, they're just being kind and they're nice. They look all roided out and very scary, like they just got out of prison. But, they're kind, but most of the time I'm like, who do you think you're talking to, dude? Don't look at this face and think it's nice, because it's not, right? But, I'll give them a minute. So that happens too, like strangers coming up and, well, you should, lean into it or sit back more or whatever,
See, I'm in Florida, and I go to Planet
What
Fitness,
was this?
which is for old people. So I am the youngest person at my gym by a good 25 to 30 years. And everyone's just like doing their thing, and I love it. It's
trying not to die.
It's so quiet. Yeah. Make sure they can get up and in and out of chairs.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Which is important. And so I'm doing the prep for that now. And like, no one talks to me. And if we do talk, it's like, oh my God, do you have pictures of your grandkids? I would love to see them. And it's like cute. It's like nice little funny, because when I go to my stepsister's gym and it's all like, everyone's like grunting and like you just hear slamming of equipment, and I can't handle that. It's too stressful. I don't do well.
I'm good with that. I just give them the fuck off look and they just kind of turn around. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone.
It's not our environment.
Yeah.
So, they also do a quick little cut to Bronwyn and Muzzy. So Bronwyn was not born in the United States. Her parents are UK citizens, and she was born in Brazil while they were on a trip, which, by the way, Muzzy is like 80, and Bronwyn is like 6 months older than me, so she's 40. So I think Bronwyn was an oopsie baby. I think Muzzy thought she was done having kids, right? And then Bronwyn came. Because she even kind of said we had an oops.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the vibe that I got from that.
Yeah.
Like I thought I was done, and now I have to deal with you too.
Yeah. Here's another thing I'm pissed off about was that fucking little part that we had to watch with her going, guess what, everybody? I'm not a U.S. citizen. All right, bitch. What else have you lied about? Like, this is just a detractor from the fact that you're a felon and you lie about it. And now that with the other LGBTQ flag stuff in the other episode, I don't find it cute. I don't find it endearing. I don't find it funny. You know what? If you were really into all of these things like the LGBTQ, we would see it more on you. I think it's fake. I think it's garbage. I don't think that she doesn't not like or, support these people. I don't think that at all. I think it's a total distraction, and it pisses me off because she's so unhappy and funny. And look, I'm just laughing and this is so great. No.
If she had committed a felony and done these crimes, could she become a U.S. citizen still? Like, what are the chances that this day and age they'd still let... But now she's a citizen. As of this year. So I find her story more believable now because she's getting her citizenship.
Her citizenship story is believable or what?
No, I think that her felony story is more believable, or like all of that is more believable because of the fact that she is able to become a citizen easily. Like, she's never really had to be bothered with it, but it's like, wouldn't they have gotten her out of the country if she's not a citizen?
It was before Trump. So, Trump deports everybody who farts, who is not a person in this country. She did all of her shit in like 2014 or 2016 or something like that. So it was like 10 years ago. So no, they wouldn't have deported her for that.
Like, wouldn't they make it harder for her to become a citizen?
Yes.
But she is a citizen.
That's probably why she had to wait 10 years to do it.
Oh. I don't know. I'm a Bronwyn stan.
It's annoying and I'm over it, and I'm tired of watching all of these. Let's, do this detraction and be happy for her, and it's so cute and so funny, and jump off a hill, please.
We'll get to her party, but yeah, I give her the benefit of the doubt in that. Heather is moving. She's just
with her daughter.
It's a nothing. It's like
it's
a
boring.
nothing. Yeah,
I skipped through it too. Nobody cares.
One thing that made me laugh was her daughter was like, she was like, look, you can look out and see the birds. And she's like, are you looking with bird glasses? And she's like,
yeah.
You're going to college. These are binoculars. Yeah. Did you ever have any of those things with your kids where like you forgot to teach them the word for something?
Yeah, Bailey had, what was it? God, I can't remember what it was. She had a word and I can't remember, but one of the funniest stories when she was little was there used to be this strip club by our house, and it had purple and pink and yellow lights. And we would drive by it, and she would always say, Mom, I really want to go to Taco Bell. I'm like, honey, that's not a Taco Bell. And she's like, no, but it has purple lights. And I'm like, that's not a Taco Bell, and I'm not going to tell you what that is. But that was very funny because she was just like completely...
That she wanted to be there.
No, she needed to go over there. Because why would this Taco Bell be out in the middle of nowhere, just on this side of the road? Like, no, honey, that's not a Taco Bell because it has purple lights. But there was another word, and I can't remember what it was. It'll come to me that was funny.
Henry had a couple of them that I really loved, and like I didn't even want to fix it. It was so bad. So the first one was hospital car, because we never taught him the word for ambulance.
Okay.
Like I didn't realize that was something that he didn't know. So there was a hospital car, and then my favorite one, he would get upset and he'd go, I have cry water. I have so much cry water. Because he didn't know the word for tears. Cry water. That was fun.
Oh, God.
Lisa and Meredith go and get their nails done, and they're talking about how Heather has decided to lead this charge against them while they were supposedly friends, and she's offering zero support.
Yeah.
So she just immediately has cut them off while pretending to play both sides, but really she's just leading the charge on them.
Yeah.
And then Meredith says, you know what? I think that Whitney is worse. When did she get her degree in psychology? Because she's psychoanalyzing everyone. And this is a super common thing. So people that are in the process of working on themselves, myself included, when you start to realize things and you're starting to notice the patterns and you're starting to be aware of the things that aren't working and that are not serving you and not serving others, you start to become hyper aware of those. And there was this fantastic cartoon that I had seen in the Washington Post where it's this guy and he's sitting in therapy and the therapist offers him, he's got a hole in the shape of a triangle in his heart. And the therapist is offering him this triangle. Like, this is what you need to learn, right? And then he sees his friend who's sad and has a hole this shape of a circle. And he's like, no, do you know what's going to fix it? This triangle. And it's like it doesn't fit. It doesn't work. But we learn these things and we go, oh my God, this has just helped me so much. I've just figured this thing out. Everyone needs to know. And I know that I've done that. I know for a fact that I've done that. And I think it takes more self-learning, more self-awareness to go, oh, what is a fix for me isn't going to be a fix for everyone. And I think Whitney's not there yet. Right?
Fuck no.
Right.
No.
And so she's still in her feelings. So that's kind of what I saw happening there. And I only further proven in the next episode.
Ugh.
And Lisa went and saw Brittany. And Lisa's like, no, I wasn't doing any of that. I 100% think that Lisa was like, you fucked up. Where's the fucking TikTok? I think all of that happened. I don't think it happened for 6 hours, but I do think that it happened within at least 30 minutes, and that 30 minutes was intense. I doubt it was screaming and yelling because we all agree they would have been kicked off the plane. But Brittany does say that it was the 6th worst thing that's ever happened to her in her entire life.
What's wrong with this woman? God, she couldn't be dumber. Who says that? What are her top 5? Like, I can't. No, ma'am.
Get the fuck over. Like, get over it at this point. But she can't get over it because she needs to. This is giving her clout with everyone.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it so much. I really don't like her. Meredith says that she feels like she did apologize. Or no. Lisa did apologize to Brittany for her part in it. And they're in a good place now. Like, she went in and went. Because I think for Brittany thinks that Lisa's the popular kid and she's going to want to make peace with that. Because there was a point where they were like sisters. Or at least Brittany thought that they were. And I think Brittany wants to be back in that circle desperately. Yeah. I think Brittany is a clout chaser. I mean, she's dating an Osmond, and in my opinion, I think the worst one, and I don't even know the Osmonds that well. And then Meredith says my favorite thing. She's like, I am also sorry, but I'm just sorry for her as a person. She's just a sad specimen. She's like, she's, not successful in her career or her family life or her relationships. She's a sad specimen. I was like, I'm just sorry for her as a person. Oh,
right.
Meredith.
That is the level that Meredith is at. Meredith's level is up here. Up here. Brittany's way the fuck down here, people. Way down in the dirt.
I think what I'm frustrated about for Meredith is I'm frustrated that she let Brittany get her that upset. Like, we saw on the boat how just absolutely livid something about Brittany gets under Meredith's skin. And it's because she's being an asshole on purpose. She's saying awful things to stir up shit on purpose. And I just wish that Meredith hadn't taken the bait. That's not on Meredith to not take the bait, but I just feel like Meredith is so up here and it's like you didn't have to. I wish she didn't get as triggered by what she said. Not that she doesn't have a right to. All of her feelings are valid. It was like, Brittany, if Brittany's going to say some shit, you go, whatever. So that's literally the only fault I have on there for it. The moving mattress thing.
Boring.
I hate it. I hated
I
it so
hated it.
much. I
I
hated the
hated it.
whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Right. She dresses in Chanel to move a fucking mattress that is stained and disgusting. And no, we don't want to see that.
That was a 20-year-old mattress. It's not that stained, I think. If she had like 3 kids in that bed and it's moved several places, I didn't think it was that bad. What does it say about I eat in bed is what it says, I guess. I don't know. I was like, it's fine. That's fine. But yeah, she was in a full glam.
Full glam, and it was ridiculous.
Gloves.
Yep.
Silk gloves and stiletto heels. It made no sense. You hire someone to come pick it up, or you put it out. I guess that there's like a mattress recycling place that they were taking it to. I'm sure they would have picked it up. Heather Gay can afford to have someone else do that for her. And she's like saying it's for like the ceremony of it. She doesn't want to have that bed in that house that she's had for a year. She could have gotten a new bed at any point. I've had a new mattress in the last 10 years.
Yep. Me too.
Why hasn't Heather Gay gotten a new bed? That's weird to me.
It's weird. And then we're forced to listen to Whitney drive a U-Haul and talk about how now all of this is about Whitney. Now she's triggered because Meredith's behavior is that of a drug addict and she's triggered by it. Well, fuck off, Whitney.
Let's just say what she's saying is legitimate.
No.
That is okay, but just go on a little journey with me. Even if all of that did happen, and even if she witnessed it, and even if Meredith was blackout drunk, that is not Meredith's job to protect Whitney from her triggers. Your triggers are valid, but they are no one else's responsibility. You can say, hey, I'm triggered by XYZ. You're someone who cares about me. Can we try and be careful around those things? Whitney is actively going out and getting wasted on trips with these women. That's not a place to ask for people to protect you from if someone got blackout drunk and like shot off at the mouth. Sorry, you're not in a safe space from your triggers. If you need to be protected from your triggers, that's your responsibility. So I think it's really shitty when people are like, you're triggering me. You're triggering me. I need to take a break and you can go somewhere else. And if they follow you, then it's their fault. Right?
It is your job to remove yourself. You walk up to that person and you say, I'm having a problem. I'm going to remove myself. You don't look at that person and go, I'm having a problem because you're X, Y, and Z. Now you have blamed them for your feelings, and that doesn't work that way. You say, I'm having a problem with XYZ. I'm leaving. You remove yourself from that situation. That's it. I don't believe that you should walk up to the person and go, you're triggering me because you're saying what? You're triggering me because you're whatever. So I don't believe in that at all. My triggers are my problem, and I walk away. I have to separate myself. It is my choice if I look at you and go, there's a problem right now. I'm having a problem and I need to leave for a minute. But now everything is Whitney. Now she's a victim somehow.
The triggers thing I find really irritating because I think that that's been kind of used as a way to box other people's behavior in instead of dealing with your own ability to process things and to have tools to kind of move through. So she just kept bringing it up, and then I was just a little bit done. And I get that it is totally valid that Whitney is triggered by things because of what's gone on with her dad. That's a valid thing. What's gone on with her dad is super hard and it sucks. And she doesn't have a relationship with him and that makes her sad. However, again, it's not Mare's responsibility to make sure that Whitney is comfortable.
No, it's not even my husband's responsibility to make sure I'm comfortable when I have problems at home. It is not his job. It's not his job. I walk up to him and say, I'm having a problem. He can then say, do you need help or do you want to talk about it or can I do anything? That is his choice to do.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's it. I mean, we do this dance in the next episode with Whitney and Justin. And I was just livid with that interaction. But it's not even my husband's responsibility to keep me under control. That is my job to do therapy, to have coping skills, to do whatever I need to do to figure it out. That's it. That's end of story.
I think you can be in a partnership or even a friendship and say like, hey, I have XYZ going on. I could use this support from you. But then, exactly like you said, they have the option of participating or not. So that sucked. Then she also says that Bronwyn is a venomous, hungry snake, which I thought was shitty. I mean, I'm a Bronwyn. I don't think Bronwyn...
No. She didn't deserve that.
Other than not have a conversation with anyone about it, Bronwyn couldn't have handled any of that correctly.
No. Nope.
I mean, she's damned if she does, damned if she doesn't.
Yep.
She was in a bad situation. Then Brittany and Olivia, her daughter, who she had been estranged from, they have therapy. Did you hate the therapist?
Hated her. Thank you.
The therapist.
Hated her.
The therapist.
Hated her. Yep. Nope.
In front of Olivia, who has been the victim of the trauma incited by her mom, and Olivia, who is so articulate about, this is what hurt me. Because Brittany's like, I don't even know. I don't even know where to start. It's like so hard. We just need to connect. And then Olivia's like, okay, you neglected and abandoned us for your new stepchildren, and we had to go live with Dad because you weren't celebrating our wins. You weren't participating in anything with us. You were giving all of your attention to your new husband and his children in an effort to feel validated. And that really hurt me. And I'm watching... Oh, that's a neighbor's dog. And I'm watching myself now. I have a hard time really connecting with people because I'm waiting for them to leave like you did. I mean, what? I mean, this girl's been doing work. Her dad had her in therapy. Like, she's trying. And Bronwyn's like, well, I'm still recovering from the plane ride, but I'm so happy to have this opportunity to sit with my daughter. But it was 7 years that she did that to her daughter.
Yeah.
And her daughter said, I'm worried that even as we're doing this, she's like, I connected to you. I'm drawn to you. You are my mother. But I do worry that I'm going to get hurt more than I'll get love out of this.
100%. And what does Brittany say in her interview? My children are adults. So that's what Jared told Brittany. Your children are adults. And they should be able to suck it up and figure it out, and you can have your own life. Fuck off, dipshit. Are you kidding me, Brittany? I don't care if your kids are 60 years old. You try and repair that relationship with them, no matter how old they are. I don't care. But for her to say that again, they're adults. They should be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Nope, she's not in it for her kids.
No, she's really not. And then she's like, well, I really am just here for Olivia. But she says it in this way that I think you and I both heard and went, you are making this all like you're the victim in this, and you're really the martyr of this therapy. And then the therapist just goes, it's really important that you get something out of this too. Have you forgiven yourself? And Brittany's like, I can't forgive myself. My God. And you're like, Are you kidding? No part of that was genuine. And Olivia has to sit there and hear the therapist go, this was really hard for you too. This was so hard for you too. And it's important that you feel like you are validated and that you are loved and that you are worthy. And Olivia's like, the one that abandoned me, she needs to feel validated by me?
I'm out. I would just be like, bitch, I'm out. I'm not. Nope. I
don't know.
That was terrible.
I'm not Olivia's mom, but all I wanted to do was just like hug her and be like, get out. Like, you are amazing. You are great. You don't need this bullshit.
Nope.
And Olivia is fantastic. And I have to say that I honestly, just because like being in Boise brings all the fun stuff with me and my mom's up, she is good because of the people that are around her. Kind of similar to Pay. There are people in your life that are going to be so shitty that it's going to have lasting effects on you. But it's even more powerful when you have all of these people around you who are loving and supportive. And so Olivia didn't get that from her mom, but she did get that from her dad and who knows who else.
Right.
And it clearly paid off because she's doing awesome.
Yeah.
She's got to sort this shit out with her mom.
Well, you and I have said before, just because a person is a member of your family does not mean you have to like them or even be in a relationship or even have contact with them. You don't have to. And I know it's her mom and you're like, I really wish I had a relationship with my mom. And that's okay. That's okay for you to have that feeling, but you don't have to. You don't have to. There's no law written anywhere in someone's blood on a scroll that says because this person is your mother, you are forced to then see her, speak to her, and be in a relationship with her every day of your life. No, she is a toxic, unsafe person. You don't need to be there.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
But do you know, I think Olivia's still young, and it's probably going to take a while before either Britani proves that she can change or she just, Olivia finally accepts that that's who her mom is. I mean, those are the two options, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like Britani is breadcrumbing her daughter.
Ugh.
Right?
So gross.
So fucking gross. Yeah. Hold on. I can't read my rating. I was furious.
Was Meredith and Britani after that? I can't remember what happened after that.
It was Bronwyn and Muzzy and Gwen go to do bonsai trees. So everyone's leaving. So Muzzy wants to go find her own place now that everything's settled down. So I have a dumb question that I should have Googled and I forgot. I can't remember. Did Bronwyn's dad die?
I think so. I can look. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I remember. I knew that he had been sick, but I wasn't sure if he had died yet.
I don't
But then they were
think so.
making jokes about Muzzy getting a secret boyfriend.
Yeah.
But I think they were just teasing her.
Yeah.
But they're like moving out, and Muzzy's ready to she's recovered from her brain surgeries or whatever, and she's ready to go out. And then Gwen is like, I want to move to Portland. I want to go figure myself out and go have these experiences, which I think is awesome. And Bronwyn's, I think, also very proud, but she's like, don't leave me. I feel like I've just figured out this relationship with Muzzy and things are finally going well. And then I also feel like, she doesn't really want her daughter to leave yet. She's not ready to be an empty nester. I think she just doesn't want to be alone with Todd. How many more dogs is she going to get once everyone moves out?
Yeah, and him farting all day long. No, thank you. I do have one word to say about that whole scene. Triangulation, people. The three of them, I can't. Somebody's a bigger victim. Somebody's always sadder. Somebody always made another person do something else. Like, I couldn't with those three women. I can't. I don't find it endearing. I find it frustrating. I find it annoying. You know what, bitch? Everybody has empty nester syndrome. Everybody. Every mother goes through a problem where their kids leave and go, fuck off. I'm going to go take my life into my own hands and I don't need you anymore. I literally don't need you. And they don't call you and they don't talk to you. And guess what? You go into a huge, deep depression. And that is part of fucking life. Get over yourself. You will figure it out. You are another human being away from your kids, and you go back to figuring out who you are and what you like. But I'm tired. I'm tired of watching this woman cry and bawl and be a victim every single fucking time we talk to her, because it's nothing. It means nothing. It's just this fucking show that I can't deal with. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You know what? I've been through it. I don't give a shit. Figure it out, Bronwyn. Figure it out.
It was interesting, I think, to see the three different generations doing a similar thing in different ways, is what I saw. So I think, I found it interesting, but I do see why you don't care.
No.
The end of the episode is Meredith and Britani meeting up at a park.
Mm-hmm.
And Meredith is sorry that Britani overheard her talking to Lisa on the plane. And she feels that what she did was wrong place, wrong time. And she's sorry that she hurt her feelings. And I think that was so lawyery and perfect.
God, yeah.
It was like, I am not, what is it? It's no contest.
Yeah, I'm not admitting and I'm not denying
yeah.
what happened.
Right.
But I will be sad for you. That's how I will apologize.
You have hurt feelings, and I wish that your feelings weren't hurt.
That you didn't.
And then I think that Britani she was like, I accept your apology, kind of. The kind of apology that she got. Meredith says she wants to move forward with kindness and respect, at the very least civility, which is fine. Britani says that she accepts that apology, and that I thought Britani, this is the only time I'm going to give Britani credit. She genuinely was like, I was being shady. I shouldn't have said that like I was trying to be your friend. I wasn't trying to be your friend. I was trying to hurt you. And that was shitty of me to do that. And I'm sorry, and I'm not going to do that again. I
What?
thought that
Why did she say that before? Why did she say that to every single one of these women?
because
Why?
I think that she is a piece of shit that wants to get attention from
She is
everyone.
a piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
And she wants to play
Yeah.
a victim, and she can't be a victim if she's in the wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think now she's like, look, and she's seeing that everyone's mad at Meredith for not taking accountability.
Give me a
So
break.
she's like, look at me taking accountability, because they move forward with civility. And then the very next episode, she's like shitty all over again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we're at season 6, episode 16. Bronwyn picks up Todd in a sloth costume. The only thing interesting about this, she is still pissed at Todd. Things are still weird. She's like, so how was the plane ride? And he was like, I was watching downloaded movies that I had put on my phone. And she's like,
Really?
because you know that he was really looking at text of naked ladies.
You know it.
And she says in her confessional at this time, she said that having issues is not indicative of having a bad relationship.
Yeah. I like that face.
I don't. What do
That
you
was
mean?
amazing.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Thank you.
Yeah,
what do you
it is.
mean?
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is. What do you mean? I couldn't get past that. I
God.
rewound it a couple times and I was like, what am I missing? And I think it's like, just because he hits you, it's not abuse. What?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. We don't have a bad relationship. We just have issues. And I'm not saying that having issues, that you can't work on things. That's certainly not what I'm saying. But if you have a bunch of issues, like your husband making
Cheating.
out with other women,
Oops.
looking at other women
Oops.
on his phone, right?
Oops. Yeah.
Then you have a bad relationship.
Yep.
If he always eats the cherry off your sundae when he knows it's your favorite part and it's going to piss you off.
Yep.
That's not a good relationship.
Yeah. Yep.
There's a lot of work to be done.
Yep.
If you're figuring out how to open the marriage rather than having to get a divorce, it's not a good relationship.
Nope.
Bronwyn.
Yeah. I get that. And you know what, I was thinking this too, watching her in the stupid sloth costume. I'm thinking to myself, okay, what if she does divorce him? Where is she going to get all this money? Where does she get all this money to fund these stupid parties, to fund a dress that she wore at this stupid party, to rent a $4 million necklace? Where is she going to get this money? She doesn't have a job. Like, I divorced my husband. Bitch, I have a job and my own bank account. I can be fine. Yeah, he makes more money than me, but I'm going to be fine. She don't have no of that stuff. She don't have any of that stuff. She has him.
Yeah.
Like, what will she do? But she's not going to go get a job. You think Bronwyn's going to go to work 8 to 5, Monday through Friday? No.
No. Probably
No.
not.
So what does she do? She opens the marriage so she doesn't lose her little, money ticket with literally the man pays for everything. Everything.
Well, and Christian Siriano said that she is the only housewife that pays. That a lot of these housewives want it as like a gift. And like, well, I'll promote you if you have this. As a former wedding cake designer, by the way, that's what I used to do. We would get people that would go like, we are going to have our wedding in the such and such blog or the such and such magazine, so you can donate it and then you'll get so much press. No. And when you first start doing it, you're dumb and you say yes. And you know what happens? Fucking enough. And then when you actually do a job that does get put in the magazine,
right,
you either made the money or you didn't. It doesn't guarantee that it's actually going to bring you any business, so you get paid to do that. By the way, don't do shit for free.
Who's funding Gwen to move to Portland? Like, where does Gwen get all of her money? Gwen's not going to work. What are we doing? Like, no. I was just like, I had a little bit of an epiphany there that she's never going to leave him.
No, I don't think so.
Because all of her money would go away.
And I think there's something about that dynamic, even though it's not a healthy dynamic, I think it's familiar, so she's comfortable. Even though and I say comfortable, it's familiar, so she knows how to navigate it. That's
and
what I think.
she again says, I've never been on my own. I went to BYU for however many months by myself, and then I got pregnant, and that was it. Like, she's never been by herself. And that is another huge problem with her. Huge problem
Yeah.
with her. She doesn't know how to adult.
So now let's go to the next happy couple, which
My
is
favorite.
Whitney and Justin.
No.
Okay, so I want you to tell me.
Violent flames.
Yeah, tell me your feelings.
So Whitney is sitting outside. She's contemplating so heavily. And we're just like, oh, fuck, something's going to happen. Justin comes out and he's like, what's going on? And she tells him, look, I saw a huge transaction from our bank account to one of our vendors. And then proceeds to get mad at the man for paying their bills. Bitch, what are you talking about? So then he says, well, I feel like we need to, pay our bills and do what we said we would do, which is fact, right? You should probably pay people that you owe the money to, but I don't know. I'm trashy like that. So she insinuates somehow that he has stolen money or moved money without her consent. And then she then starts to blame him for her choices and her actions. She says basically, right, I wanted Wild Rose Beauty to go into big box stores, to go to Sephora and Ulta and Target. And you came to me with this other business idea and threw numbers at me. And I didn't know what to do. So I signed off on it. And now we're stuck in this MLM again. And I didn't want you to be in an MLM. And basically blaming him for her choice. She didn't have to do any of this, separate and apart from the fact that he brought it to her. Let's just take that out of it. She chose to do it. She signed her name. She signed contracts. She chose to do it. And now she's blaming him. Now her marriage is at problem and they can't function because she blames him for her choices. You want to talk about not taking accountability? Yeah. Hello, this is a definition of that. It made me so fucking violent to watch her cry and blame him for her choices. Her choices. That's it. Done. I'm out.
And I feel like he sat there.
Yep.
And he heard her out.
Yep.
And he listened and he said, I'm so sorry. This didn't go the way that we expected.
Yeah.
I was, trying to do the best I could with this. And she's like, and the week that you got me to sign those papers is the week that I met Sephora. Like, he didn't know that she was going to finally get a meeting with Sephora. He was doing the best he could with the business that he understood at the time. It sucks because it failed. And it's an MLM. Like, that MLMs suck on their own as it is. But I feel like he gave her such a solid apology.
Yeah.
And she, instead of accepting the apology, said, that was my whole world outside of you and our children. That was my whole identity. And now I'm fighting to get it back. And it was like, okay. I mean, she felt that he didn't really take the business seriously until he saw a way that fit in what he understood.
And maybe that's valid. That is valid, but that is her problem. Her problem that she was upset that he had whatever reserves about it. That is her problem that she needs to own, and she is not. She did not own that fact at all, and that is ridiculous to blame him. He looked at her and was like, you're right. You're right. That's what I thought about it before. Okay.
And then he made a go of it and he got things moving.
Right.
She didn't get anything like that moving until after he had already joined the business. So I just don't think it's fair.
No.
And I thought that Justin was very measured and thoughtful in his responses to her. And I feel like she was just too upset to have that conversation.
Unbelievable.
She's like, I want you to hear me and I'm not going to hear you.
Right. Exactly. You are kidding me.
And I felt very bad for Justin at that moment, even with his big fake veneers.
Yeah.
Then we go to Heather again. A lot of Heather giving us nothing. So they're doing this thing called a bed party. Have you heard of a bed party?
Never done a bed party or heard of
This
it.
is a whole fucking thing, apparently. All the things. Remember when there was a trend, this didn't happen when I was in high school, where like asking, you do like a promposal. It's like a proposal, but to prom, and it's like signs and balloons and flowers, and you have to work in some kind of surprise thing. And what? It's so over the top. I was like, is this like the mums? I just learned about mums. Have you heard about mums?
MUM?
Yeah.
No.
They're like these giant, I'm talking massive. They look like when you go to the fair and you win a ribbon.
Yeah.
But like on steroids. Like so many layers and so many things in there. I think it's big in Texas. And it has to do with like homecoming games. But there's like all of this stuff that everyone has to do now that makes no sense to me. So these moms are like what you give to your date at homecoming, and they wear it to the homecoming game. But also family can give it to them. But then I think it's the same thing as this like bed. The bed party. You have to decorate their whole bed in the college decorations. I don't know. I thought it was dumb.
It was dumb. I skipped through it too.
And the only thing that was interesting in that is she said that she felt like she's going through two big life changes. One, that her last kid is about to leave the nest. And two, she got an air fryer. She does everything in the air fryer. I basically never use the air fryer, but Matt lives for the air fryer. He and the boys, everything comes out of the air fryer. Yeah. Are you guys air fryer people?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't have anything against the air fryer. I just don't have anything to.
And Heather has and shows these brief moments for me, like in her little confessionals where she makes a funny joke and you're like, oh, that's the Heather that I love. And then some switch goes off and then we watch her accost people across from a table. Like it's hard for me to understand what I'm watching. Like the cute, funny Heather that's making jokes and is relatable, like you said, in her, her interview.
Yeah.
And then we watch her on the show and I'm like, I don't know who I'm watching anymore. I don't like it.
She's still finding her identity. And I think that unfortunately, she's just been mixed in with the wrong crowd. Then we switched back to Bronwyn. This is what you were talking about earlier. So she takes her mom into a sex store because the state of Utah has said no one is allowed to fly pride flags or anything referencing the LGBTQ.
Yes.
In government buildings. So she said, you know what? I want to make sure that those flags are flying everywhere then. And that's become her personal campaign. So she put out a thing that said any business or anyone who wants to fly a flag in Salt Lake, she will provide a flag to them. But the only place that she knows that's near them is a sex shop. So she takes her mom into the sex shop, which was kind of fun. I did think it was really, really nice because they're having a conversation about it, and Muzzy, she goes, I know that you don't necessarily agree with all of this, but I appreciate that you're still helping me. And Muzzy says, as long as it helps you, I don't care. And I thought that was really nice. And then they're continuing to put together these packages, and she said that, I'm 80 now, I grew up, I finally don't care now about what other people think. And Bronwyn says, well, I'm 40, so when do I grow up? Like, when do I stop? Because I really care what other people think. And Muzzy's like, I don't know, maybe hopefully sooner than me, maybe by the time you're 60. I think that's interesting. And then she's like, but also maybe you should care what people think. And I think that's kind of an interesting thought. I think that's something that I'm 40. I wrestle with all the time. I really care what other people think, but also I see the value in not giving a shit. And I'm starting to lean more towards, in certain areas of my life, not holding on to the need for everyone's approval and needing for everyone to like me. But I don't know. I understand where Bronwyn's at, especially with her mom. And then her mom's like, I am proud of you and you've done a great job with your daughter. And it was a lovely conversation, which is very different than the beginning of the season. Like, it seems like maybe they'll let Muzzy watch herself a little to like redeem herself before the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things the one part of the conversation that I did want to talk about was that she was willing to say that you did it differently as far as like parenting, that she's done it differently, but it's been very successful and that she is proud of who she is as a mom. Oh my God. When Dad told me that I was a good mom, I like bawled my eyes out for 2 days. It was just the best. Like hearing that. And he does recognize that like there are things that I do differently than he did as a parent. And I don't think it's like necessarily a full judgment on my parents' parenting, but it's like I know what's going to work better if I do things differently, or like I know I can't do things the same way because it wasn't necessarily great for me as a kid. I don't know. When you were raising your daughter, did you have pushback from your parents in that way?
No, my parents weren't around, and they never saw Anne or interacted or commented on anything I did. Up until the day they died, nothing. I got nothing from
No
them.
feedback on that.
No feedback. But I don't need that. And I'm not trying to
No.
say like I'm better or whatever. But in my first marriage, the person I was in my first marriage to my daughter's dad, I would have needed that feedback. But my divorce was so traumatizing and brutal that it changed me into the person that I am now. And I don't care. I don't care. I don't need it. My parents are who they are. You know, my mom was 17 and my dad was 19. Like, I don't hold anything against them, but my sister does, right? My sister's whole life is, my life is ruined because you were a bad parent. Like, they're dead. What are you still talking about? So I don't care because I'm a different person, because that's what my divorce did to me. And I have that confidence that I don't, I know what I've done with my daughter and I haven't done with my daughter. And I don't really care or need anybody to go, you did a really good job. She's this and that, or she's whatever. Like, even if you were to go, God, you should have X, Y, and Z, I would have said, great, you could have, go ahead and do that. Like, what do you want me to say to that? There's nothing I can do or say, but I don't hold it against my parents for not being there. I don't hold it against them for not noticing or saying anything. I mean, we saw them once a year on a holiday, but that was it. Like, they didn't know her as a person. They didn't know me as a mom. And that did not shape me, or I didn't have a need for that because I was just kicked in the teeth so bad for that divorce that I went through. Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody's different, but I didn't need that. My sister does. My brother does. But, you know, I don't need that anymore. So, yeah.
I think I'm genuinely a little bit envious of that, because I think I need constant, that's my love language. I need constant validation and affirmations that I'm doing a good job. Which I don't necessarily think is super healthy. I'm getting better about it. I'm just not great yet.
Can we just sidetrack about the sex shop for a minute? Sex shops are awesome. Have you been to a good sex shop before?
I don't think I've ever been in. I think I went in once with a friend when I was like 18, for like 2 seconds, and then I've never been in one since.
They are so kind in there. They're so knowledgeable, and they don't give a shit. Like, they make you feel comfortable. Like, it's not embarrassing. This isn't weird. Like, you hold up something and they're like, that goes in your butt. Do you want something in your butt? You know, they're so nice and such wonderful people. And, you know, a lot of them look super scary, but they're not. They just are gentle, kind people. And you hold up something, you're like, that's pretty big. Do you need it that big? No, I'll put that back. Like, it's really fun to go into these places.
Yeah.
The people that work there are fantastic. And it doesn't have to be like one specific store. Like, for the most part, the ones.
Well, you can't have like a creep.
No.
That's not where people are going to be.
No, I'm
going to
ask you, what do I do with this thing? Well, this is where that goes. And this is how you turn it on. And this is what he does when, you know, you have like, you're like, oh my God, okay. Right. And then you can make informed, educated decisions in these stores.
Yeah. No, I love it.
It's good. You should try it.
Maybe I need to go check one out at some
You should.
point.
It's good.
Then, okay, so from that to Hamilton. So the Hamilton dress code for Bronwyn's Spill the Boston Tea Party.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your best dressed for the Boston Tea Party?
Can I just ask a quick question? Was it in a school? Where
No,
was it?
I think it was in a
Warehouse?
like a soundstage kind of situation.
Okay.
So like it was somewhere that they filmed stuff. So do you remember there
Okay.
was a show, God, I can't remember his name, but he would like put on these huge elaborate weddings, and David Tutera.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So he'd put on those big elaborate weddings, and it would be in these event spaces or that he could completely deck out.
Okay.
And I think that that's what this was.
Okay.
/ soundstage, because there was a lot of wires.
Okay. All right.
It's kind of like, I think she wanted to have a very specific look, and I think you could control it better in a space like that.
Okay. That sounds good. My best dress was Angie. I really liked Angie. Yes.
I loved Angie. I feel like Angie goes all out for a theme, and I really appreciated that.
Yes.
I don't know what Britani was doing.
I don't
She was
either.
going for
She had
like slutty Southern Belle pirate.
Parasol? What it was? Like I didn't.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think she.
No.
She doesn't know what was going on in the American Revolution.
And Mary bringing her own wig was hilarious.
That I
and
loved.
her just giggling. What was she giggling over? Like she got there late. She's like, I'm not wearing that wig. I brought my own, and she pulled it out
she just pulls it out of nowhere.
I know. What?
But then she
Mary.
like made it quite chic with her hat. But I was like, there's something about Britani where she always needs to be. She is the epitome of a pick-me for the male gaze.
Yeah.
And I was like, Angie still had her titties out, but she was on theme and in the correct time period.
What the hell kind of a sack was Meredith wearing? Like, I love Meredith.
They were bloomers.
What was it?
They were bloomers. They were shorts.
Okay. I didn't care for it. I didn't
didn't
understand
care for
it. But it probably costs more than my house. So that's
100%.
fine.
It just didn't make sense.
No.
It was like, just because it has ruffles doesn't mean, like, I understand the ruffling reference, I guess, I get.
Yeah.
I think Lisa looked quite chic, even though it was, like, barely touching. But that's per you. She's not going to participate.
Yeah. We're lucky if she doesn't show up in jammies. Like,
Chic jams. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, God, I love Angie. So we've got Bronwyn's weird dress that really was more Ruth Bader Ginsburg on acid than revolutionary.
Yeah.
And everyone gets to have their little tea party, which was like, little sandwiches and scones and
hot dogs.
And things. Hot dogs. What is a J-Dog? Do you know what a J-Dog is?
Isn't that from, oh my God, the baseball? Gosh. I sound like an idiot.
I was trying to Google it,
from
and
the
they're
baseball.
like, do you mean J-Dog restoration? It looks like they took the hot dog and they spiraled the hot dog. It looked delish. And Mary's like, I'm not putting that in my body. I would have eaten that. It looked really good.
J-Dog is it's from a restaurant. J-Dog's restaurant. It's from a restaurant. Okay. Anyway, I thought it was from a baseball stadium.
That was my assumption, but I couldn't figure out where.
I'm thinking of Yankee Dogs, maybe.
I forgot that before we get started, we're seeing the people on the way to the event.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And Britani is telling Heather and Whitney that she talked to Meredith and that they both apologized and decided to move forward, except for she basically was like, yeah, Meredith took no accountability. Meredith took some accountability and you both decided to move forward.
Yeah.
So this is where you stop. Stop. Like, just let it be over. And Whitney and Heather are being assholes about it. And they're like, oh, I couldn't have accepted that. I wouldn't have moved forward.
Yep.
Britani is going to do whatever she's going to do, depending on who she's with.
Yep.
And I find that really fucking irritating.
Absolutely true.
Because at least Bronwyn will be honest in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And Britani is not. Britani is going to do whatever she needs to do.
That is facts.
And then she said it was basically, she explains that it's her citizenship party. Lisa is not into it. She's like, I would have just sent you flowers. Why do I have to be here and dress up? I'm not into this.
Love that. That's so amazing. Yep.
And then Bronwyn explains once they're done eating that what they're going to do is she has all these props set up that they're going to throw their Boston tea into the harbor. They're going to spill the tea. And then once it's out there, we're all going to start fresh.
Mm-hmm.
It's all going to be out there and we're not going to talk about it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
This is such a dumb fucking idea that even Heather, the queen of dumb fucking ideas, is like, this is dumb. This is bad. She's like, do you not remember when I tried to do this in Puerto Vallarta or wherever it was that they were?
Yeah.
And you're like, even Heather thinks this is dumb. And you all look like idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. So the first one to go is Angie. And she's like, you know what, Lisa, I've been talking shit about you because where's your horse? You said that you bought a horse. Where's your horse? And Lisa's like, it's none of your business where my horse is, but also I'm getting another one. And Angie's like, what the fuck are you talking? There's no way. And she's like, it's my own personal horse for my personal use. Can you imagine having like fuck you money enough to have a personal use horse?
Stop.
What are you doing with your horse? Don't say that. And then you're refusing to show pictures, but you're calling it your personal use horse? Talk about like...
So Lisa. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Brittany says that she's not been spilling tea on anyone, but she wants to know who's been spilling the tea on her. She was flirting with Joao, which is Joao. Joao. He's South African. You haven't been watching the boat show. He gets flirty. I don't get his vibe. But anyway, I don't find the appeal in it. Well, it turns out it was Whitney told Justin, and when she had the conversation with Justin, she was like, I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of Brittany because she is taking her 30-day hiatus from Jared really seriously, and she's going out and she's flirting with all the dudes, and she kissed Joao only on the cheek. She didn't make out with anybody. Okay. So Justin's the one that spilled the tea, which Whitney has every right to tell her husband this. She was actually saying it in a nice way. And she was actually supposed to take a 30-day hiatus from men.
Mm-hmm.
So she actually did a terrible job at it. So maybe shut the fuck up, Brittany, because you're just looking like an asshole more.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Heather. I can't tell if this was like old Heather or new Heather, but she goes, okay, I need to talk about Todd's makeouts and farts because I can't stop thinking about it. I think it's so interesting.
Is that the word? Interesting?
What was the word that she said?
She said interesting, but that's why I'm like, that's an interesting, it's a point, like word to choose, Heather. It's so interesting.
Interesting?
It's not interesting, Heather. It's weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's weird.
And she's like, oh, so it's not funny? And Bronwyn's like, yeah, we're done. We're not discussing it anymore. Because Bronwyn has multiple times tried to start we're not going to talk about our husbands. We're not going to talk about our kids. That's off limits. She's multiple times. And the first thing Heather does is talk about Bronwyn's husband. I'm like, Heather, you were too busy fighting the Brittany battle to recognize that anything else was also going on. And she's like, oh, it's not funny. Heather, I think, genuinely thought that she was like, it's obviously not true and it has to be funny. Well, the problem is that it is probably true.
Yeah, absolutely.
So no, Heather, it's not funny because this sucks. Like, that's an uncomfortable thing to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, I do want to say I'm sorry. Like, I want to apologize. That was not my intention. And then Mary, perfect timing, goes, good job. Look at you apologize. Good job, Heather. Which I thought was what a sweet mirror of Mary's little luncheon when Heather starts interrupting her to tell Lisa to apologize. Good job. She was having a good time. Good job, Mary. Mary's having a good time. Bronwyn said that she wants to spill her tea, that she did go to take what Whitney said to Meredith, and she was sorry for doing that. That she knows that was shared in confidence, and so she shouldn't have done that. And that is really a discussion that needs to happen between Whitney and Meredith. And honestly, Whitney needs to go straight to Meredith and not go to her next time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think everything that Bronwyn said in that was valid. I think she's like, listen, I didn't handle that the way that anyone would have liked.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think that you two should have talked before I got involved. But I was just trying to be a good friend and ask genuine questions.
Yeah.
And figure out what had happened to figure out.
Right.
I don't think that Bronwyn asking questions was wrong, honestly.
No.
I don't think Bronwyn saying, what I heard was this, was wrong, honestly. Because if you're Whitney's friend and you go, what did you experience? Valid. And then you go to Meredith, and if Meredith is your friend, you go, listen, here's what's being said. I think that's also important. So what is she supposed to do? Go, just so you know, I'm going to tell Meredith when I talk to her that I heard you say this or that I heard this said. Is that the conversation that she had to say? I guess.
And then Whitney blames Bronwyn again and says, well, why didn't you stop me? Why didn't you stop me from saying anything? Are you kidding? What is wrong with you? Why didn't you stop me? Shut up. Are you joking? That is not Bronwyn's job.
A camera there. We're not falling for this. I'm not going to forget that there's a camera there. I'm watching it because of the camera. That's insane. It's insane. And then she's like, well, you should have spoken to her. And she's like, well, you think I was going to call a woman 2 days after we land, that, saying that she was crazy, and a belligerent woman, I think is what she called her. And then Meredith and Whitney get into it. They're both accusing the other one of lying. And then Whitney, this is where Whitney, I could have been like, she's dumb.
Yep.
She's still figuring all of this out. But then she goes alcoholic.
Yep.
Pill popper.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Whitney? If Whitney genuinely is triggered by these people having issues with drugs and alcohol, which would be a valid thing, to then use that as a weapon. And actually, I think it was Lisa that said it, that she was weaponizing these things, which the most emotional, intelligent thing that Lisa's ever said. It was so perfect. But it was just that part. I was like, I'm done. I'm fucking done with Whitney.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe that she would go that low when she has this in her family and she's so affected by this, to then use that as like a weapon just to be pissed at Meredith because Meredith called you a liar.
Mm-hmm. And then blames Meredith again and says, this is such a sore subject in my house.
That's in your house. We're not in your house now, babe.
Right.
Not in your house.
Right. Don't care. Don't care.
And Meredith isn't the one that brought it up.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
You were the one that is throwing that accusation around. So yeah, did you think we were going to fight about this?
Yes.
And we're not. I'm totally on your side. Totally on your side on this. So Meredith does the biggest. It was glorious.
Can't wait. I hope they do this next week. I don't know.
I don't think they will.
They're not going to, but I want them to.
Meredith's like, I actually have a gift for all of you now that you've said this. And she's got these little Meredith Mark goodie bags. And inside is a cold pack. And they're like, oh, it's cold. And then they open up. They've got Meredith Mark's caviar in it.
Mm-hmm.
I want some. And then inside of that is P-test.
Drug test.
What is it called? A UI?
A UA.
UA?
Urinalysis, yeah.
I'm not doing enough of those. I've done them before for jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, one time I worked at Outback Steakhouse, and I was an assistant manager at this point. I was a key, and I had to do the schedules, and I was young. I had to have been like 22, 23, and everyone was so mean to me because everyone wanted to take off for 420, but I had already done the schedule, and they were like, you don't understand. I have to take this off. And so then I was in the office crying. I was Brittany. I was in the office crying because everyone had been so mean to me. And then the manager came in and he was like, what's going on? Why are you crying in the office? This is embarrassing. And I was like, well, everyone's being mean to me because I didn't give them off 420, but I have to have people on the schedule. And I told them that they have to figure out getting it covered because I can't change it. It's too late. And then because I cried, the manager made everyone get drug tested. Ooh. And then all of these people got flagged and in trouble because of me.
Ooh.
But also, I don't think that was totally because of me. If you're too high to remember to ask off in advance for 420, not my problem.
And to that point, guess who says I'm not doing this is Whitney. Whitney got really weird about it. Really fucking weird about it. Like everybody else was like, okay. And Lee says, this is very Meredith Marks.
Well, everyone's like, are we doing this?
Yeah.
Are we? are we doing it?
And Whitney was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Really?
Angie's like, I'll figure it out with my petticoats,
Really?
I guess.
Really, Whitney? What do we have to hide there, ma'am?
The whole thing was just, baller move. Like, oh, you want to accuse me of doing drugs? Here's what I'll come up for. What about you?
Yep.
So I wrote Wit's triggers are not Mare's responsibility to manage. And Lisa gets up and goes, you're weaponizing your experience, which is 100% what is happening here. And I don't think that Whitney is necessarily doing it fully consciously, but it is happening. And I'm glad that she pointed it out, because Whitney is trying to make her triggers everyone else's job, and it's like she just figured out what triggers are. And so it's like people who don't understand what boundaries are. Boundaries are not what you use to control everyone else around you. It's what your threshold is and where you go, okay, this is where I'm disengaging.
Yep.
Then there's more fights about what did happen, what didn't happen. Mary's saying that she does remember hearing this. Heather's furious and feels gaslighted. And then she also feels triggered because she's been told by the church that her experiences weren't what actually happened. And listen, I'm not saying that that's not true for Heather, that she's had these difficult experiences in the church. You can't say that Meredith saying, I didn't yell at Brittany on the plane is anything even close to what you experienced in the documentary that you created about the Mormon church. Sorry, it's just, no. You can't say that you're triggered by it. No. It just sucks. And she's like, Heather then says, I need you to say, I'm horrified by my behavior on the plane and I'm so sorry. That's what Heather needs to hear to move forward. And Meredith just goes, well, I guess there's no resolution here. Baller move.
Whoops.
Baller move.
Whoops.
And then Bronwyn's like, oh, so we're done. Time for her new dress reveal, where she has a new gown underneath her Ruth Bader Ginsburg gown that is the U.S. Constitution wrapped around her. I thought it was kind of pretty if you're going to be a prop. And so they make their new, based on the dress, they make their new friendship amendments of how this group is going to conduct themselves going forward. So families are off limits, which then also became business. Children and marriages are off business. Like off business, off limits. What else are they going to talk about?
Right. No, I get that. Totally.
Okay.
Well, okay.
I mean, you don't have to be shady about someone's kids to be like, I don't know. I think you still need to have conversations. Be a woman of your word. Okay. Maybe I just don't have the integrity to know what that means. What are you talking about, Heather?
So subjective. Yeah.
I actually really liked Lisa's. Be the friend you expect others to be.
Yes.
I thought that was great.
Yes.
I really liked that one. We need to hear each other and forgive each other. That was from Mary. That's the only way that the show can continue, because this is painful.
Very Mary. Yeah.
Angie came up with the no rumors without proof. So like, hey, unless you have pictures of Todd on his phone on the plane.
Farting.
Yeah, unless I have a video of the fart sounds while he's making out with the lady, don't talk about it.
Yeah. Right.
Angie, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. See the best in people. That's not what the show is. Stop reactive abuse.
Thank you, lawyer Meredith.
That is all that's happening in the show for the last 3 seasons. Who can tell us where the beginning of this is? This has been going on forever.
Yeah.
There's no one that did something shitty out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is just a really toxic cycle with these women. Keep it up. But also, can we find at least we do need a refresh. Yeah. We do need a restart, which we're not going to get.
It's not going to be Grease, people. Nope.
It's, I don't know. And then because Heather can't fucking read a room anymore, she was like, no more farts. And even Mary was like, we've talked about farts too much. It's not funny anymore.
Shut up, Heather.
Heather, why? Why? So they go to Greece next week.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that, because we got a little snippet of a fight, which is just Angie K and Lisa Barlow one-upping each other. Who got a Porsche first? Who's had the most Porsches? Who is got to deal with Kerastas? I mean, they're just like, once they got into a fight about who was taller. Like,
Yeah.
that's the fight that I want.
Yeah, right. This is what we're talking about. Yes.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
So maybe Grease will be fun. There's always a chance. Or it could be terrible. I don't know. But I will say, Angie, I've really warmed to Angie. I'm really kind of over Heather. I'm forever. Lisa, I think, really did a good job this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly on her side for just about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hate Brittany forever.
Mm-hmm.
I just really hate Brittany.
Yeah.
Did you see Andy Cohen did something? Somebody had asked, like, Jen Shah, though, she's about to get out or got out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, like, you should bring her back. Is she coming
Next
back?
week. Yeah.
And he's like, no, definitely she's not. And I think that she should not come back. I'm on team don't bring Jen Shah
No,
back.
I don't think she deserves to come back or should come back. Even Andy said, she will definitely not be a housewife and she will definitely not be on Bravo, which is huge. That's a huge universe. But he did say she might be on a reality show. It's not going to be a Bravo one or anything that I have to do with.
I mean, I could see them putting her on Traitors, maybe.
Sure,
but
which is fair.
I think what she did, a man killed himself because he got scammed out of $100,000 because of her, and he was a war veteran.
Yeah. No.
She's
that
what's
you
the
can't
word? Culpable?
Yeah, you can't undo that. No matter how much rehabilitation she gets in the penitentiary, no matter how much programming she gets, how many thinking errors classes she goes through, none of that takes away from what you just said. None of it. Nope. I'm sorry. She can say out loud and accept and take responsibility for what you just said. That would be lovely. But that's it. That's all we're going to accept from her.
And she denied it up until the very last second, which we watched her really bamboozle even her closest friends.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think her husband didn't know. I think Coach Shaw wasn't totally keyed into it, honestly.
Yeah.
So I am not on her getting back. Do I think that she was entertaining? Absolutely. I don't need to be entertained by that. I don't. I would watch Brittany before I would watch Jen Shah.
Yeah. No, I don't think she deserves it.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Well.
And next week we'll have maybe some Vanderpump. We'll have some Grease, and we'll have some true crime story time.
Yep. Back on track.
Has your home recovered from us destroying it?
I did all the laundry. It's good. Everybody's clean.
We brought it up.
I know you did, and you did the towels. I put the towels in the dryer. Yes.
I was like, we have to be good house guests if we ever get to come back. And Sam desperately wants to come back because that pool is the best thing he's ever experienced.
Thank God. Something positive.
We had a good time. I had a great time. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for venturing out.
Yeah. So, and then I guess next time you'll come here to Florida. They're really good. They're really good tattoo artists here in Florida. Like a lot of them.
Good.
Like very fine line guys, people who will really work with you. Tattoo artists in Boise are more difficult. Is what we learned.
Yeah. Yeah. I just got to find the right one. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We want to spend money. Let us pay you money.
I know.
Right? Okay.
I want to mark up my body some more.
Okay.
Oh, no.
That's all for tonight. And that was it. Look at us. What are we looking? We're only at 2 hours. I'm not even going to edit much of this other than when I'm looking stuff up on my phone.
Right. Oh, no.
Thank you all for listening.
Yes.
And we'll have more next week. And I love you. Thanks for doing the podcast.
I love you. Bye.
Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.